Two of the biggest lab monsters are about to get it going.
Fight with all your heart!
An honor, to be sure.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Blocks the jump in. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Oh! That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Well-timed corner switch. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Taking stock. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. The jump in is denied. Knockdown. And fold for the throw. That's what they came for. Both fighters planning something? One chance here may end this match. In there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The jump in catches them. Player 1 has the life advantage. And fold! Nasty blow to the back of the head. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Pushing through with the gladiator. And fold for the throw. That's what flawless round. They got him so quick. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Round one. Fight.
This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. What's the play here? Combo with the target combo. They're not gonna allow any jump-ins. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Big counter. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Had the radar up and running. Throws him. What's next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Medium kick hit. Decides to meet them in the air. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2, the super doesn't hit. Free glove. Who will capitalize on an open? Finishes with the throw. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Caught their eye on the air. Goes to the overdrive. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? From upstairs. A quick breather. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. Both players have stopped moving. There may be some technical issues happening. Jumps? Genius read. Jumps up. Balance from above. Goes with a safe and fold for the throw. That's what they came for. What'll happen here? Life lead is there, but still there's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. What's next? Player 1 closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Sets up with the jump in. Player 1 managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Both fighters are raring to go. Oh, could be the start of something. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. So, what's next? Jumps? Drops him hard. The pace of the round, all the throw connects. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player one is on the brink of disaster. There's a burnout. What's next? Player one is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. Knocked him out of the air. Okay, here we Masuka throws them in the minefield. What were they thinking? Are we gonna see a comeback here? This is so tense. Kick out of nowhere. Player two faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jump. Had the radar up and running. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. Player one with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. There's a corner switch. All right. Goes for the command grab. Player takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. All right, what's coming up next? Okay, creating some space here. Life lead opens up. Taking stock. Trying to read each other here? Jumps up. They were not cleared for takeoff. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Three glove. Player one was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. At least one of them is having a good time in that one. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Going for the conclusive kill with that super. What a move! There it is! They knew it'd be enough.
Now you know history.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? The last round. It's now or never. And fold for the throw. That's what they came for. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player two folded up like a cheap suit. What now? This is such a tough situation to be in, but they still have a chance. This is going to hit for a critical arm. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Okay, here we go. A real test of Nook drive, in fact, misses. Dangerous range here. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Drops him hard. Portable incoming. Anti-air in the clutch. They're recovered. Finds the target. The tree glove skewers them. Both tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there. Player two straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. Jump! Anti-air in the clutch. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner. Counters with amnesia. Nice read. Jump in finds the mark. There's a corner switch. Player two doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super? Player two must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. Threads it cleanly. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Jumps in. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. Burnout activates. Player two has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Get this is gonna hurt. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Player 2 has a bazooka. Throws them in the minefield. Flatlines them. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Portable on incoming. Hits the drive. Medium kick. Clutch, anti-air. A jump. Reads the jump in perfectly. Okay, here we go. Player reads the throw and escapes. Player 1 has got to work some magic with this limited drive. Here comes, sets up with the jump in. Player 1 will send them to another dimension. Both sides getting ready. Both absolutely were just gonna go for it with the super. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this to get them in the air? Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger.
Another fight is coming your way.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Fight with all your...
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Those aren't working here. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Lots of aggression from both sides. All right. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Knockdown. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Big counter. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Goes for the super art? That's not gonna... And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Throwing some shade. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Big throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Going in. Portable. Jumps it. This is gonna hurt. And burnout activate. Oh, looking for the definitive end to this round with a level 3 super.
Now you know history.
Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Big counter. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Decides to go in with the target combo. What's the play here? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Very solid corner switch. Knockdown. The jump in is denied. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Player 1 is maintaining the punish counter, gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? They need to rely on their instincts here. In there! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jumps up. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the counters with amnesia. Nice lead. Player 1 has a slight life lead. Both fighters planning something? Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. From upstairs. Still slugging it out at this range. The exchange blows. Uses the gauge for a super art. Good heads-up play going for that combo to do enough damage to finish the round. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Reacts to the throw. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Stops the attack cold with a perfect parry. How will they follow up? The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Good anti-air. Reads them. All right. The super armor does its job. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. There's space to make something happen here, and neither fighter looks willing to back down. Jumps! So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Oh, burnout triggered! Going in, player one in trouble in there! Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Do they have enough drive gauge? Quick breather. Breaks the block with a throw. Player one holding on to that burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player one needs to use the... That's not gonna hit, hey? Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Finds the target. Looking to follow up after that target combo. Comes for them with a balance. Oh, they took the bait. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Next, the counter. Nails the three ball. Scrambling hip draw, super hard incoming. Shows off a parry. You're taking a step. Whoa, coming for you. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player two with the rhythm owning that space. It is over. Player two delivers the upset. That's one for the replays. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Baits them and goes in for the hug. Goes to the overdrive. Sticks the jump in. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead opens up. This stun might mean the end of this round. Gets him. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Decides to create some distance to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Big counter. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? From up above. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. That's a counter. Revolt, a quick breather. Pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat? Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Looking for a chance. Barely blocks the jump in. Player two, solid anti-air. Jumps up, side switch in the corner. Drive impact misses. Reads the jump in perfectly. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish count. Comes off the tank and scores the win. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me. Oh, we're not done yet. Looks like they're both warmed up. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. No good up high. There's a wall splat, which leaves them wide open. Takes a trip.
Strike greens!
They timed that just right to get the perfect pair. Combo with the target combo. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Player one chases them down. Very solid corner switch. Orbalan! A quick breather. Pounding them with the Lepè. Can they stand the heat? Parries the projectile. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Burnout activates. Player one in trouble with no drive. This is a critical point of the round where the grip gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whip punishing. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Holds out with the block. And fold for the throw. That's what they came for. A parry hits them with a stop and buy. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Pounding them with the Lepè. Can they stand the heat? That's not gonna hit. Now, can they finish the job? They trade hits. Going in. Player two needs to reads the jump in perfectly. Player one in dire straits drops him hard. Drive rush. Ooh, what a smart throw. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. They're in range. We gonna see a jump. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump in? The last round. It's now or never. Player one is in a very... Will that parry change the momentum of this match? In with the crosshair. Going in? Good decision with that throw. There's a change of sides. Jump! Solid anti-air! Keeps him out! Wow, that throw did some juicy damage. Lepè throws him in the minefield. What were they thinking? Excellent read. The critical obscures him. Tons of space between the fighters. Crowns them from above. The Gladius pries them open. This may turn into a big chance. Somehow manages to block with no hesitation or regret. Hits him with the ASF dummy. Oh, sends him a personalized telegram with that frightening critical art. Can they muster up the nerves to fight back and take this round? The Super's block! Are you serious? That comeback was unreal! We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there! Player one has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute... Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Don't expect me to be a pushover. Round 1. Fight.
There we go. What are these fighters going to do? What's the play here? Play it there dead. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Takes the chance to hurt him. Sees him coming and shrugs it off with a super arm. Jump! Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Balance from above. Player experiencing burnout. Uses burnout activate. The goddess of the hunt has arrived. Saying goodbye to that life gain. Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Who puts the super armor to good use. Chips them for the win. Player 1 brings it home.
Round 1. Fight.
Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Player 1 chases them down. All right, they throw them into the corner. They're looking to keep the pressure on and do some damage. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Snares them. Knockdown. Big counter gets them. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Throws them. What's next? They're laying into each other. Scrapping it out up close. Goes with a sit and fold for the throw. That's what they came for. Going in. Jumps up. Goes for the jump in. Quick dashing. Knockdown and... burnout activates. Player 2 needs to hold solid anti-air. What are they gonna do? They gotta dig down deep here. Jinrai kick from. Sets up with the jump in. Dashes out the cage right there. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Flatline zone. Player 1.
DJ. Another fight is coming your way.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Interesting.
Bring the heat. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Deftly shuts out the jump in. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Goes for the low kick. Oh! Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. throws them to start the corner pressure. Takes a trip, taps the dome, gets him. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. A super art? That's not gonna hit. Both life and super art gauges are not looking good. Time to grind it out. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect! Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Both fighters have plenty of talent. Where's this match gonna go? Deal some damage with that quick combo. Neither of them willing to back off here. Trips him up. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. Can't tech the throw. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Grabs him. Player two needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. One combo can end this round right now. Goes for the jump in. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Rips the slasher out. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Risky up-close scrap still going. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Snacks him with the back fist. Looking for more damage now. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Blocks the impact. Player two, burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Max S, this is gonna hurt. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. They choose to run it back. Let's get right to it. Hold your breath. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Okay, they trade hit. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Takes a trip. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Smart choice to use that attack to do chip damage and get the KO to take the round. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so nice counters. Hit them with a double leap, experiencing burnout. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Both fighters have a meter, hoping for a good return. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Using the super can open up huge chances for you. Jumps up, back into the corner. One setup for the all in with a rush. Player two has the throw. Is denied. One chance here may end this match. Are we gonna KO? Player one, Brit. Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Gotta do. Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Trips him up. Player one, in that dangerous burnout state, backs them into the corner. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Knockdown. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. Was looking for that jump attack. KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Spending that drive gauge. Jumps. Jumps up. Medium kick hits. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. That's a counter. Jumps in. A quick breather. A jump in. Decides to go fancy on that jump in and takes care of it with a perfect parry. Player two will look to a block burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This may turn into a big chance. Forward throw, laying the pressure on Thick. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Player one can't let closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starts it, this unleashes some big damage. Medium kick hits. There, perfect execution with the anti-air. Does he right? More fuel to the fire. Put them up. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale.
That hurt.
Super! That's what we want to see. Player two needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Cross up, reads the jump in perfectly. Player two can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Amazing! Player two may be able to pull up. Gotta do better than that. Even the slightest hit may end the round. They can't afford any mistakes. Oh my God, they just choked it up. A jump in sets up with the jump in. What now? Noticeable life lead is a comeback and whips. They're wide open. Quick dash. Just go for it. Immaculate counter. Player one gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Shoots their shot. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Ooh, snap kick sends them spinning. Misses the drive impact. Both fighters have used up a generous amount of drive already. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Okay, they trade hits. Player two chases them down. Like the punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. A brave forward jump there to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Throws them. What's next? Jump. Oh, burnout triggered. Barely blocks the jump in. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Bring in the heat. Scared money don't make no money. Spins it all for the Shinryu Ripper. They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge. Hits them with a stop and pop. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Throws them. Burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Oh man, this is a scary range. Noticeable life lead. Kick out of nowhere. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Uses a drive parry against the attack. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Blocks the jump in. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Drive gauge finally recovers, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Sticks the jump in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 1, they're going for the super art? Risky up-close scrap still going. Throws a fireball. Going in? Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Gets the throw and continues on the offensive. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Life oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Both absolutely refusing. Finishes it with the anti-air. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Takes it. This is gonna hurt. Doesn't miss a beat. Holding Soba. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Still scrapping for control of the space. Drive rush. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. Okay, here we go. Medium kick. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Low heavy, but no go. Punish counter on reaction. Super art to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. They're gonna teach you a lesson here. You play with fire and you're gonna get burned. What now? Player reads the jump in perfectly. Solid anti-air. Great overhead, but it won't work. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Drop zone, baby. Big game. It is over. Player 1. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight?
Do this. Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Deftly shuts out the jump in. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. What are they thinking? Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Knockdown. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Life lead opens up. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some Getsu. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Throws them to negate the block. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? The jump in is denied. Burnout activates. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Player 2 chases him down. What'll happen here? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Big opportunity coming. Wrong critical. What's gonna happen? Life lead is there, but still anyone pumps the brakes on the impact. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done here. Fireball from very low. What's next here? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Gets the jump in. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. That's the jump in they were looking for. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Okay, creating some space here. A quick breather. Gets them. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming. Quick dash in. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Slap brushes that off and keeps going. Anti-air drops him. Going in? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Breaks the block with a throw. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Shinrai kicks for a mix-up. They gotta go! Uses their drive gauge! Links it! Brings down the waning moon on him! Ooh, what a smart throw! Any mistake here is gonna be fixed. This can lead to closes it out! Player two made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. They hit each other. Clear that neither of them wants to be in the corner. No good up high. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Player two chases them down. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Throws them to negate the block. Zones with the fireball. Rips the slasher out. Player two has completely used all of KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Fake out. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Side switch in the corner. Connects with medium kick. Burnout activates. Both experiencing burnout. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Max SA gauges, unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Closes the gap. Drive usage is back on the table. Here hits him with a stopping block. Player one with the rhythm, owning that. The throw is denied. Either fighter can use drive now. Medium kick. Switch side. What a finish! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Checks with a medium kick. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. Nails the anti-air. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Throws them to negate the block. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juice. Oh, burnout triggered! In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Will this super art connect? Picks up the win with a projectile. Good read. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Tatsu's out of the quick dash. Player one chases them down. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 has the meter lead, experiencing burnout. Player 1 is in burnout, drives off the table. Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Jumps? Quick dash in. Ends the meter, hoping for a good return. Flawless round. They got him so quick. That was a clinic on how a solid